The girl, relying on her identical face to her wealthy mother, actually took the initiative to knock on the Shen family's villa door. Little did she expect that the family who had been protecting the fake heiress could all hear her inner thoughts. Mom's skincare is amazing. No wonder she could still be a risk streamer after divorcing dad. Her biological mother, who was about to lay down the rules for her, turned pale. The girl then glanced at the fake heiress, who was sniveling. Oh, she's pregnant. Is it big brothers or fourth brothers? The two brothers exchanged a look, instantly frozen in shock. Her biological father slowly approached. The girl clicked her tongue. So it's dad's. At that moment, Shen Ziji was standing outside the villa gate. Uncle security guard. I really am the Shen family's daughter. Could you please call the Shens and ask them to come out and get me? Worried the guard might not see clearly, she even leaned her face closer. Security guard. Take a good, careful look at my face. 5 minutes later, a man who looked like a heartthrob from a novel appeared before her. Wow, this must be my big brother. My big brother is so handsome. No wonder the domineering CEOs in novels can drive people crazy. With a face like my brother's, who wouldn't be mesmerized? What's that sound? Shen Jiangyu, hearing a strange female voice, was puzzled. Only the security guard and this young girl were at the villa entrance. Is it her speaking? But her lips didn't move. Could it be her inner thoughts? Thinking this, he couldn't help but frown. Shen Ziji panicked a little. What's going on? Why is Big Brother looking at me like that? Can't my face explain the situation clearly enough? Is the fake heiress's influence really this strong? I just showed up, and Big Brother already wants to silence me for her sake. Oh no, could I really be this unlucky? Watching the rapidly shifting expressions on the girl's face, Shen Jiangyu already had his answer in mind. He greeted the security guard, then led Shen Ziji toward the villa. You just told the guard you're the Shen family's young miss. I dreamed I was your sister. So before I starved to death, I came looking for you myself, dreamed it, and actually showed up, coincidentally looking just like his mother. Could something so unbelievable really happen? But then again, if he could hear this girl's inner thoughts, then maybe something else miraculous happening. Wasn't all that strange? At the moment, aside from the Shen family's second and third sons, everyone else was barbecuing in the yard. When they got the call from security, they all thought someone was trying to scam them. Big Brother said he was already bringing the imposter over. Let's just call the police now. Even daring to scam our family. We have to teach them a lesson. Old Man Shen IV held his phone and had already dialed 110. Just need to click confirm one last time. Hold on, the security guard said. She's still a teenage girl. Maybe there's some difficulty. Even if she has her reasons, she can't pretend to be my sister. My only sister is Sairu. She's the best sister. Anyone who dares impersonate her, I'll kill them. Hearing this, Shen Sairu took the skewers handed to her by Mother Shen. She made a hard gesture at Shen Jiangyuan. Fourth brother is also the best brother. Feeling awesome after being praised by his sister, Shen Jiangyuan was over the moon. He wanted to show off to the other brothers, only to remember they weren't around. Instead, he looked at Shen Sairu with determination. Don't worry, little sister. Once that fraud shows up, I'll definitely make them cry. Mother Shen watched as Shen Sairu devoured 2 skewers in one go. He quickly called the butler over. Go tell the kitchen to brew some herbal tea. If eating barbecue causes internal heat and pimples break out on the face, Zero, this kid would probably be so upset she'd want to cry. Mom and Dad, I brought him over. Shen Jianju's voice suddenly rang out in the courtyard. Everyone turned to look in his direction. To be precise, they were looking at the girl. Behind him, wow. As expected of the richest family in Ningxiang, this courtyard is even prettier than the ones I passed earlier. And they're all so good looking. If this novel were adapted into a drama, they definitely wouldn't find actors more fitting for the roles than these. Oh my, they're actually eating barbecue. Ugh, I can't control my drooling. Hearing this, The Shen couple looked at each other strangely. What's that sound? That little girl didn't even open her mouth to speak. Why is it so noisy in my ears? And why is she saying such weird things? Shen Zhongyu looked at her frail figure beside him. He couldn't help but frown. Go inside and eat something first. We'll talk about the rest later. Wow, this big bro really gets me. He even knows to let me eat first before talking. Big bro, I love you the most. I'll wave the flag for big bro. Shen Jianju's lips curled slightly. Seems like having a noisy little sister. Isn't so bad after all. Thank you, big bro. Thank you, everyone. After Shen Ziji finished speaking, she happily ran toward the barbecue grill. Oldest Shen was the first to snap out of it. He dashed straight to Shen Ziji's side, bent down and stared at her face. Mom, come quick and look at her face. Her face looks just like yours, like a younger version of you. And her eyes look just like Dad's eyes too. It's like they dug out Dad's eyes and stuck them right on her face. Damn, scammers these days are so professional. Getting plastic surgery before coming to trick people. That must have cost a fortune. If they failed to scam us, that'd be a huge loss. Shen Ziji stuffed 2 lamb skewers into her mouth at once. Her cheeks puffed too full to speak. She could only widen her eyes and glare at Shen Zhongyuan. This talkative one must be my 4th brother. They actually said I got plastic surgery. These days, which doctor could make me look this good? Besides, if I had the money for plastic surgery, I wouldn't risk playing this vicious supporting female character. You should know, in the original story, this supporting character ended up dying a horrible death. Not only did the female lead scheme to make her family despise her, they even sent her abroad, where she ultimately died tragically on the streets. If she could have just had enough to eat out there, even a dog would want to stay far away from the female lead. Shen's mother nodded. He's so good looking. There's no way a plastic surgeon could have achieved that. Coincidentally, Shen's father thought the same. His wife is the most beautiful. That means this face is all natural. Although there are many questions I want to ask him. But seeing Shen Ziji looking like a starving ghost, Father Shen couldn't bear to interrupt him. At this moment, Mother Shen walked over to Shen Ziji with a glass of water. Eat slower. Have some water first. Suddenly eating so much barbecue. Could it be bad for your health? What if you eat too much? Will your stomach feel uncomfortable? Looking at the girl's entire body, thin as a rail, he only felt his heart aching as if gripped by something. So this is my mom? No wonder I'm so good looking. Turns out I really inherited all of my mom's best traits. Shen Ziji stuffed another round of food into his mouth, only able to make sounds. A pair of sparkling eyes stared intently at Mrs. Shen. Half an hour later, Shen's mother was worried that he might overeat and upset his stomach. This finally forced him to take a break. The family returned to the living room and started discussing serious matters. Shen Sairu also followed in, only from an angle no one could see. He secretly glanced at Shen Ziji a few times. His eyes gradually darkened from disbelief to malice. In the living room, Shen Ziji repeated to the others what he had already told old man Shen. If you don't believe me, you can take me for a paternity test. After speaking, he reached up and pulled out a handful of his own hair, handing it to the nearest auntie. I look like I'm anemic anyway, afraid of pain, so don't bother drawing my blood for the test. But you can have my hair instead. My body's too weak as it is. I'm only 15. How am I already losing hair? Am I really going to go bald at such a young age? And Zhang Yuan nodded. It really is weak. How could so much hair fall out all at once? This poor little girl. Old Shen furrowed his brows. She's so young. How can she lose hair just like him? If she goes bald, who knows if he'll get used to wearing a wig every day. Shen's mother took a strand of his hair. She rubbed his head lovingly. You silly child. You should have been gentler. Your scalp must hurt from the pulling. A paternity test is definitely necessary. Not because they believe Shen Ziji's words, but because Shen Ziji looks so much like him. Half an hour later, Shen Ziji let out a sigh of relief. Everything that needed to be said was done. Now, all that's left is to wait for the paternity test results. Only after relaxing did he remember that he had overlooked someone, the female lead of this book. So, while sipping the digestion tea Shen's mother handed him, he leaned comfortably on the sofa and looked at Shen Sai-ru. So this is the female lead. She really has that universally lovable look. Pretty, but still a bit worse than me. I look so much like my mom. Once I eat well and live well, I'll definitely be even prettier than her. This female lead is quite patient. I've been here for so long, and she hasn't said a single word. She just secretly glared at me several times. No wonder she's the female lead. Looks like I should stay away from her from now on. That's the way. Gotta stay away from the female lead from now on. Focus on making millions. The 4 Shen family members. The more I listen, the weirder it gets. What female lead? Is this a TV drama or a novel? But Shen Laozi thinks one thing. What Shen Ziji said was absolutely right. That once she grows up, she'll definitely be prettier than Shen Sai-ru. Just thinking about it, Shen Sai-ru makes Shen Laozi think of another question. Mom and Dad, don't tell me. You don't even know how many daughters you've had? If this little girl is your daughter, then what's the deal with Sai-ru? She couldn't possibly have been switched at birth, right? Shen Laozi suddenly thought of this question. Just curious and wanted to ask, but didn't notice him. As soon as these words were spoken, Shen Sai-ru suddenly looked up at him. Holy shit, 4th brother screwed. He's really something. Doesn't he know not to say such things right in front of the female lead? The female lead is such a petty person. Hearing him say this, she'll definitely hate him to death. Right, in the original plot, not long after I returned home, the female lead would send 4th brother poisoned milk to kill him. Maybe I should stick close to 4th brother these next few days. Then when I see the female lead bring him milk, I'll snatch it and drink it myself. That way, 4th brother won't die. Hearing Shen Ziji say that Shen Laozi would be harmed by Shen Sai-ru, everyone just found it a bit strange, but didn't take it too seriously. They all know. In the entire Shen family, Shen Sai-ru and the 4th sibling were closest in age, so the two had the best relationship. Besides, the 4th sibling hadn't said anything inappropriate, just raised a few doubts over something this trivial. The reasonable Sai-ru wouldn't hold a grudge. However, upon hearing the words died from a milk allergy, the expressions of the 4 Shen family members suddenly turned grave. Shen Ziji had just returned home, so he shouldn't have had any way of knowing about the 4th sibling's milk allergy. Yet he could say it. Could he have dreamed of it again? This couldn't possibly be real. Beside them, Shen Sai-ru was fuming inside. Could these people really, truly, be swayed by some random beggar who came out of nowhere? You must have suspected she wasn't Gu's daughter, right? Thinking of him, he picked up the cup of tea on the table, took a sip. Mom and Dad, if you suspect I'm not your daughter, I can too. Going along to get a paternity test done together. No matter what the final outcome is. You are all my most beloved family. No wonder in novels, the Shen family has finally acknowledged him as their biological daughter. Still treat Shen Sai-ru better than me. Look at how well she pretends to be reasonable. But she couldn't possibly think that just by saying this, the Shen family would feel sorry for her. Let's not take her for a paternity test then. Thinking of her, the corner of his mouth curled up. Suddenly stood up, walking towards Shen Sai-ru's direction. He reached out and yanked her hair. Right after, there was a sudden sound. Gu Sai-ru cried out in pain. You're insane. What are you doing? Shen Ziji raised the hair in his hand, looking all aggrieved. I heard them say they want to take you for a paternity test too. I'm afraid they'll draw your blood and it'll hurt. Just thinking about giving them your hair. That way it won't hurt. I didn't feel any pain when he pulled my own hair just now. Her voice was choked with sobs as she spoke. Did I do something wrong? Paired with her already pitiful appearance, the Shen family immediately felt heartbroken. Let's just get the paternity test done while we're at it. While waiting for the paternity test results, the Shen couple kept Chen Ziji with them. After eating and drinking his fill, all he wanted to do was sleep. Just found a random spot. I lay down and fell asleep right away. Old man Shen watched from side, utterly amazed. Big bro, aren't you jealous of his sleep quality? This is way too overpowered. Better than a dog. Shen Sairu sneered inwardly. Isn't it just as lowly as a dog? On the surface, he put on a concerned look. Mom, he just fell asleep like that. You might catch a cold. I'm going upstairs to get a blanket to cover him. As he spoke, he headed upstairs. But not long after, Shen Sairu not only brought down a blanket, he even took 2 sets of his own clothes. I see his clothes are dirty too. Might as well grab 2 sets of clothes for him first. Wait for him like this. When you wake up, you can change first. It should be more comfortable by then. Old Shen the fourth listened and, looking smug, our sire we just so kind-hearted. After saying that, he casually shot a disdainful glance at the grubby girl on the sofa. Hey Amph, this little thing was definitely talking nonsense just now. Our Siru is such a kind-hearted person. She clearly knows I'm allergic to milk. Why would they bring me milk to drink? She wouldn't try to harm me just because of something I said. The other members of Shen family also felt I was really out of it just now. Almost believed what this little girl was thinking, misunderstanding their family's softness. Early the next morning, the whole family has finished breakfast. Old man Shen carried Shen Sairu's school bag. They walked together towards the door. Shen Ziji woke up groggily from the sofa, seeing the two of them about to go to school. He quickly waved to them, comrades. You've worked hard. The rise of our Matherland depends on you. There was just a soft plop sound. Old man Shen couldn't help but laugh out loud. This little thing is quite fun. Shen Sairu was speechless. Is this guy brain dead? After everyone left, Shen's mother personally poured a glass of water for Shen Ziji. Do you want to take a shower first or have breakfast first? Eat breakfast first. Although he was dirty and smelly, but no one else looked down on him. He definitely doesn't dislike himself either. Watching the girl devour her food with gusto, the goddess mother was filled with heartache. This kid eats so fast. Must be starving. Look at him like this. Could it be that you've never had a full meal? You should rest at home for a few days first. Wait for your big bro to finish handling the procedures for you. Just go to school with Zero and the others. Upon hearing this, Shen Chishi froze in shock. Do I have to study too? What kind of family do we come from? There are already so many kids going to school. How can I go back to studying again? Adding to the family's burden. When I decided to visit my relatives in person yesterday, how could this point have been overlooked? Kids my age, my family will definitely send me to school. But I just don't want to go to school at all. I barely managed to graduate from school in my past life. How could you end up getting yourself locked up again? Past lifetime travel. The goddess mother stared at Shen Ziji in shock. Once again, I saw the mushrooms picked out by Shen Ziji. This is the only mushroom in the breakfast. He didn't eat either. How did I start hallucinating? Or is it that there's something wrong with his brain? How about we take him to the hospitalizer to get his brain checked out first? The results show the brain is really fried. No issues were found. Shen Ziji was also forced to undergo a full-body medical checkup. The test results are healthy. Can make another pot of rice. Just as he was fantasizing zig about a laid-back life. The paternity test results are out. It's obvious that Shen Ziji is the biological daughter of the Shen family. Shen Sairu is not blood-related to the Shen family. Looking at this paternity test result, Shen Sairu was so angry she could grind her teeth. These trash took stomach money from him. You can't even handle such a small matter. At this moment, apart from the second and third sons of the Shen family, everyone, including Shen Ziji, gathered in the living room. Just finished eating. I'm sleepy again. My delicatity just needs more sleep. Just finished eating. Want to sleep again. This kid is indeed very frail. Take him to see a traditional kinesthetic tomorrow to get his pulse checked. Give him more Chinese medicine to build up his strength. Shen's father cleared Ai's throat lightly. Try to ignore Ai as much as possible. And Ziji's inner thoughts first. Welcome home, Gigi. From now on, she's your little sister too. Take good care of her. Also, although Sairu isn't our biological child, your mom and I. But she has also lived in our home for so many years. Plus, her parents are no longer around. So I've discussed it with your mom. From now on, Siru will still be our child. From now on, Siru, you'll be Zizi's older sister. You have to take good care of your little sister. As for this result, although it was within Shen Sairu's expectations, but she wasn't satisfied. The Shen family can only have one young lady, and that's her. She didn't want people to talk about her in the future. Everyone says she's a fake heiress, thinking of her with reddened eyes. Looked up at Mr. Shen. Dad is so great. You finally found your sister. I've reunited with my younger sister. But everyone knows there's only one precious daughter in our family. Now that little sister is back, I can't take away my sister's true heir status. Otherwise, everyone will be left in the dark. People might think the younger sister is a fake heiress. I know what she's going to say. Sure enough, even if everything was moved up, this moment was bound to come eventually. Early, but here we are. Isn't he just afraid that my dad and mom will feel guilty towards me? Then when it was time for the evening party, to make up for my just tell everyone that I am the real Shen family heiress. Is she a fake rich girl? And said that once she wasted speed as a fake heiress. How did his classmates mock him? In the end, Mom and Dad softened up. Of course they wouldn't want to reveal his identity. Then I'll just have to top it up with it for now. Pity me. Clearly a real heiress. Yet she bore the stigma of being fake heiress until her dying day. To be honest, Shen Fu really does feel guilty towards Shen Ziji. Can't wait to tell Simeon right away. Zizi is the true heiress of their family. No wonder she's his own daughter. I know him too well. If Casey Rue gets laughed at by her classmates, then he definitely won't have the heart to. Iru is also his daughter. It's the person he's been spoiling for over a decade. But Siru is so understanding. He definitely wouldn't say the set things in front of him on purpose. He has to come up with a new plan. Let's see if we can make sure everyone knows Jishi is his biological daughter, without letting anyone know. Siru is not blood related to them. The rest of the Shen family, also Shen Ziji, was overthinking it. Siru definitely wouldn't see these things on purpose. The very next second, Shen Sairu began to speak in a tearful, whiny voice. After letting everyone know that I was a fake heiress, they will definitely laugh at me. You say I've been squatting in someone else's place all these years. Ness took everything that belonged to her sister. But what they said was the truth. Serves you right to be scolded and laughed at. I don't care about any of this. As long as they don't look down on my sister, it's fine. As soon as the words were spoken, the four members of the Shen family simultaneously turned their gaze toward Shen Sarong, eyes filled with disappointment. Wow, that sounds so grand. Isn't this just straight-up emotional blackmail? Let's see if he has the guts to kidnap me. Anyway, I'm someone with no morals. I see what he's kidnapping. I just don't know about me handsome dad and beautiful mom. Will he succeed in kidnapping her? I'm so happy mid-utter praised me. Old man Shen thought for a moment. This seems like a roundabout way of emotional blackmail. Absolutely must not let oneself suffer. This incredibly noisy little girl inside, thinking of him, he just spoke up. Siru is right. Don't let everyone look down on Gigi. ZZ has even stooped to being a beggar. He finally managed to get back home now. We can't let him suffer any more injustice. Shen Sairu instinctively looked at fourth Uncle Shen. Are you out of your mind? I said you wouldn't fear if they laughed at me. But heard that Shen Zizi would be looked down upon. Oh my, I never expected Brother C to love me so much. I actually didn't fall for his trick. Too bad, Brother C is still gonna bite the dust. According to the principle, better early than never. Fourth brother's majestic presence. He will definitely find a way to harm fourth brother. Triggered a system mission. Host, please remember that you are a vicious supporting female character. Speaking the lines in a sarcastic and mocking tone. Oh ho, so you do know you're squatting in someone else's nest. Since that's the case, you might as well just leave our house. Give my family back to me completely, okay? What? I actually have a system. Oh, right. These past few days of slacking off have been so comfortable. I totally forgot I still had this thing. Another system, huh? Looks like I need to tell maid who buys groceries. You must never buy mushrooms to eat at home. I'm seeing things even without eating this. If you eat that, it'll be a disaster. What the hell is that system thing? Could it be that Kai has been wandering outside for too long? Mentally unstable. Alright, I should give Lauer a call. Let him find the best psychologist in the world. Let me show Gigi first. Old man Shen the Fourth, however, fixed his gleaming eyes on Shen Ziji. Young people today. Who hasn't read a few web novels? Who hasn't dreamed of having their own system? And from then on, they lived an overpowered life. Now my younger sister has a system. Rounding it off, doesn't that mean I basically have a system now? What's the reward for completing the mission? If the reward is generous enough. I'm not saying I can't say it. And there's a reward, sure enough. It's the system you've read about in novels. Old man Shen Thefirth was excited. As if the system rewards were meant for him. Complete the task and get rewarded with comprehensive high school knowledge in all subjects. This reward seems pretty good. I was worried I'd have torpedoed high school all over again. Now we've got this. Then I have nothing to fear. Going all out for this reward. Just say what their word is already. Related to high school. Can I use this reward or not? I'm also a high school student. I also thought about living a fearless high school life. Old man Shen kept his ears pricked up the whole time. In the end, that's all I heard. Shen Sai-ru looked at the suddenly quiet group. I just feel like they're all a bit off. I remembered fourth brother's words. He lowered his head and blinked rapidly, successfully squeezed out tears. Dad, fourth brother is right. Even though my little sister has even been a beggar before. Your mental resilience is definitely better than mine. But we can't let our little sister suffer anymore. And I don't mind. I'll try my best to adapt. With a snap sound, a teardrop fell on the back of her hand. She felt her performance was just right. Everyone will definitely feel sorry for her. After communicating with System Shen Ziji, it's about time to start working on the system tasks. She crossed her arms in front of her chest, sitting with legs crossed. With 3 parts disdain, his absent-minded gaze sized up Shen Sai-ru. Oh shit, you actually know you're being a dick. Since that's the case, you might as well just leave our family. Give my family back to him completely, will you? Shen Sai-ru widened her eyes in pleasant surprise. He's actually this stupid, not even bothering to hide their disgust for him. Saying such things right in front of the Shen family. Then he can rest easy. Mom and Dad, and my brothers definitely won't like him. The Shen family finally had their doubts cleared as well. So that system was what made Kai say such things. Sure enough, we still need to bring the psychologist back to take a look at Kai. This system is clearly not a good one. Why don't we go check out this next Gigi has hidden in her room? The ingredient list might contain some types of mushrooms. The little girl pretending to be the bad guy is so adorable. TSK, the script writing skills of this system are pretty weak. This statement doesn't pack enough punch. Shen Sai-ru was still waiting for the Shen family to scold Shen Ziji. I waited for quite a while but didn't see any reaction from them. Even Shen's mother took the freshly cut watermelon from the servant, placed it in front of Shen Ziji. Eat more fruits. Let's take a walk in there after the meeting. Don't go to sleep right after eating. Bad for the stomach. Wait for him to talk ya walk in the yard. He went to his room to check his snacks. Seeing this scene, Shen Sai-ru's expression was on the verge of crumbling. Wasn't it just now that you didn't hear him telling me to get out? I've been by your seat for over a decade. He's an outsider, yet he comes in and immediately tries to kick me out. Why didn't you back me up? Shen Sairu was just fake crying earlier. But this would be really unfair. Tears streamed down one after another. Big bro, your little sister seems to really dislike me. Should I just leave then? And Zizi didn't care at all. After finishing the lines, I immediately focused on enjoying the drama. This watermelon is really delicious. Now I've truly become a bona fide spectator. That's how it is. In the entire Shen family, the eldest brother dotes on Shen Sairu the most. I was also worried that I might continue to hurt Shen Sairu later. He forcibly sent me away, going abroad. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ended up dying miserably on the streets of a foreign country. As soon as the words were spoken, the gazes of the 3 Shen family members instantly turned toward old Shen. I wish I could tear him to pieces with my glare 100 times over. Boss Shen was dumbfounded. He was still thinking about whether to restrict the little girl from going abroad. How did I suddenly beckon the clown myself? He didn't react at all. Shen Sairu tugged at his sleeve. Big bro, can you help me rent a place first? Snapped out of it. Brother Shen yanked his sleeve back in one swift motion. Don't overthink it. Zizi was just going along with what you said. Shen Sairu froze in shock. This means he deliberately misled Shen Zizi. He's going crazy. This isn't the same as before. Holy shit, bro actually scolded me. But still so sleepy. Eating delicious food makes me even sleepier. Watching Shen Zizi start yawning again. Shen Fu ended it directly. This seeming glimming's family meeting. The days of slacking off always fly by. In the blink of an eye, it was Monday morning. Shen Zizi sat at the dining table, with eyes closed, nodding bit by bit, till old Shen yelled, "Time to go to school." That finally scared him awake for good. Not long after, old Shen then took Shen Zizi to complete the enrollment procedures. When I heard I was Asaneto class 3 of grade 10, Shen Zizi was so scared that I immediately turned and ran away. I'd rather die than go to class 3. These 3 classes sound instantly competitive from the get-go. Ahead, we need to catch up with class 1 and class 2. We also need to prevent people from other classes from catching up from behind. This is hands down the most hardcore class in the entire grade. His vibe doesn't match mine. Shen Zizi ran like the wind. Brother Shen and the grade dean couldn't catch up no matter how hard they ran after them. In the blink of an eye, he ran down to the first floor. There are about 16 or 17 classes here. It's the worst class in the grade. Shen Zizi didn't hesitate in the slightest. He ran straight into class 18. Big bro director. I know I transferred to this school on a whim. Definitely can't keep up with school. The teaching standard. If you were to go to another class, someone will definitely be unhappy. So I'll just stay in this class then. In the worst class in the grade. It's pretty normal for me to sleep in class, right? Having some snacks is not too much to ask, right? Boss Shen was left speechless. That little girl's sure knows how to scheme. I'm afraid the second child is far away in a foreign land. Can you all hear me now? Might as well let the Shen family's will support this little girl for life. After reporting to the director, Big Boss Shen transferred another 100,000 yuans in living expenses to Shen Zizi, then turned and walked away. Due to Boss Shen looks just like the domineering CEO from a novel. Plus, he came to the school before. Had a parent-teacher meeting for Lao Si and Siru. So as soon as he appeared at the school, it caught the attention of many people. As soon as class is over, class 1, grade 10, several female classmates who are close friends with Shen Sairu. They immediately gathered around Shen Sairu. Zero heard that your big brother came to the school and brought a transfer student along. Who is that transfer student to your family? Shen Sairu was seething with anger inside. There are so many high schools in the entire Ningxiang city. Why the hell did they have chosen that bitch to their school? Forget it. That bitch is as dumb as a rock. Academic performance must be poor. It's fine to stay at their school. This way, it makes her stand out even more. As for what the classmates asked, with reddened eyes, She smiled and replied, "That's my little sister. Strictly speaking, she's not really my sister." Laughing and laughing, Shen Sairu's tears rolled down. The classmates around got anxious. "So yo, why are you crying? Did your sister bully you?" Shen Sairu wiped her eyes, trying hard to force a smile. Yet the smile looked even uglier than crying. "It's fine. I'm not crying. It's just sand in my eyes. And my sister too. She really didn't bully me. She blames me for everything. If I had been a bit more sensible when I was just born, no one would mistake us for each other." As she spoke, her tears flowed even more uncontrollably. "She's mad at me now. It's my own fault for getting kicked out." As soon as these words were spoken, the whole place went wild. But now is not the time to let everyone discuss it. Shen Sairu continued between sobs. "But my biological parents raised her in order to. I'm already dead tired. I don't have any family left now. Mom and dad have raised me for so many years. They have long treated me like their own daughter. They weren't willing to let me leave either." He blew his nose with a tissue. Shen Sairu's face turned resolute. "Wait until I turn 18 in a while. Mom and dad got used to it. I'm not their biological daughter after all. I'll leave right away. I'll return them all to my younger sister. I consider you all as friends. I only told you about these things now. Don't tell anyone. Don't blame me either. Sisters, you all go back to class now." After saying that, he lowered his head and opened the book. With a look of not wanting to say any more, everyone started to feel indignant on his behalf. "How can this be your fault? You were just born at that time too. Surely wouldn't want to be swapped at birth either. Besides, your biological parents died taking care of him. How can he still be so heartless as to kick you out? He's the one who killed your biological parents. He's the one who owes you. He shouldn't have come back to compete with you for your parents' attention." Classroom 18. Shen Ziji finished head introducing himself. He went straight to the corner seat. "Class has officially started. Time to get some sleep." Till the hunger in his stomach woke him up. Shen Ziji finally sat up, stretched lazily. He noticed a strange gaze fixed on him. Shen Ziji turned it around in confusion. "Ghost!" screaming at the same time. He slapped him right across the face. Right after, there was a loud smack that echoed throughout the entire class. No matter if Sumyon is sleeping ahead. "Still sneaking snacks, huh?" They all turned their heads to look at the source of the sound. "You're asking for death." Shang-Ki never expected this. The person who took his seat. "How dare you even lay a hand on him?" "Sorry, turns out you're not a ghost. It was my misunderstanding. Why don't you call me back then?" Saying, he then moved his face closer to Shang-Ki's. "I'm a real man. I never hit women." Shang-Ki pushed Shen's eye away with a look of proud disdain. Hearing this, Shen Zizi let out a sigh of relief. But he still needs to give a proper explanation, so the new deskmate wouldn't think he hit someone on purpose. "I was really scared just now. I just woke up. Mine's still a bit foggy. And you're dressed so uniquely." His face was covered in bruises. At first glance, it really does look like a ghost. Shang-Ki clenched his fists until they creaked. He wanted to take back what he just said. "Because this little brat in front of me really deserves a beating." Shen Ziji finished speaking as if something had occurred to him, and added, "How about this? I'll bring you the foundation tomorrow. It can cover up all these bruises in your face from being beaten. So next time you get beaten to a pulp again, won't go out and scare people then." Shang-Ki was so angry that she gritted her teeth. "Next time I definitely won't get beaten again." Shen Ziji let out an "oh," and then went right back to sleeping with his head on the desk. The rest of the class was watching them. Yet not a single person dared to come over and say anything. Not even a single person dared to speak up and discuss it. Although Shang-Ki was beaten black and blue by others. But in this school, he's the top bully. Anyone who still wants to get by in school, no one really wants to mess with him. This will stay in their hearts. Another person Adari not mess with. It's Shen Ziji. He actually dared to hit even Shang-Ki. The key is Shang-Ki still looks like there's nothing he can do about him. That's fucking awesome. The class bell rang shortly after. Shen Ziji immediately sat up straight. I was so scared. People would think you've risen from dead if they didn't know better. Shen Ziji's mind is completely occupied with eating. I wasn't paying attention to what he was saying at all. Lost in thought. A young girl walked up in front. Classmate Shen Ziji. My name is Li Shuangzuang. Let me take you to the cafeteria for a meal. Alright, it's his first day at school. I was just wondering how to get to the cafeteria. After saying that, he was seen cheerfully linking arms with Li Shuangzuang, headed straight for the cafeteria. It wasn't long before it was their turn. There's only one chicken leg left on the plate. Li Shuangzuang quickly offered the chicken leg to Shen Ziji. The chicken drumsticks at our school are really delicious. You must try it. Looking at the tempting color of the braised chicken leg, Shen Ziji was drooling uncontrollably. He picked up the tray and casually found a seat to sit down. Shen Sairu had just caught sight of Shen Ziji until I saw him sit down. Shen Sairu curled the corner of her lips. Wait for the others to call me back after buying food. She looked around somewhat awkwardly. Then he pointed in the direction of Shen Ziji. Seems like there are only a few spots left over there. But my sister is sitting over there with her classmate. I'm afraid she doesn't want to see me. Should we try looking somewhere else? Ordinary people spent the whole morning discussing. Shen Ziji grew angrier the more he spoke. Among them, Zhu Jing and Shen Suru had the closest relationship. Angry as hell, he immediately wanted to drag Shen Sairu over. What are you afraid of? It's not like he owns the school. He doesn't like you. I don't even like him. As they spoke, the group headed in that direction. Zhu Jing saw someone with pink hair. Shen Ziji kept her head down and shoveled rice into her mouth. Just a moment of disgust. Just when they were less than a meter away from Shen Ziji, he raised his hand holding the milk tea high. Right after that, there was a sudden ouch. Milk tea took that last really delicious chicken leg, soaked to the bone. Shen Ziji was dumbfounded. But Zhu Jing steadied herself against the table and quickly regained her balance. Sorry, I was just holding my food. Didn't see the road. Tripped over a chair. Zhu Jing is so useless. This milk tea actually unlispilled onto the food tray. Why didn't it splash on Shen Ziji? Although I thought so in my heart. On the surface, Shen Sairu appeared to worriedly speaking on behalf of Zhu Jing. Sis, don't be mad, okay? Jing really didn't mean to do it. Should I give you me portion of food? I'll go buy another one. The host is the vicious female supporting character in this book. I'm being deliberately targeted. How come you still haven't taken any countermeasures? Please dump the food onto Shen Sairu's face. Apologize to her again. Said it was a slip of the hand. Not on purpose. Mission completion reward speed increased by 100%. Strength increased by 500%. Hearing the sound, Shen Ziji narrowed his eyes slightly. The next second, he directly dumped the entire food tray onto Shen Sairu's face. He stomped on Zhu Jing's foot again with full force. Then he covered his mouth, pretending to be utterly shocked. How could it be? I just accidentally tripped. How did the rice end up on your face? After saying that, he seemed to have made every difficult decision. Since that's the case, no need to give me your portion of food. Let's just call it even. After saying that, he didn't care about Shen Sairu and the others' reactions. Turned around to go get food again. Even though revenge was taken. But I'm still so pissed off. I wanted to save that chicken leg for last. How could he ruin me chicken leg? Shen Sairu is so damn annoying. Trying to act like a pure white lotus to disgust me. Can't you pick another time? Why do you have to be so disgusting during mealtime? Shen Zhongyuan. Is that the sister your family just got back? Old Shen had just gotten his meal. I immediately heard Shen Ziji's inner thoughts. Looking everywhere for Shen Ziji. Someone next to him immediately shouted. Looking in that direction he pointed to. Just saw him all pissed off. Shen Ziji. This sister you just found is really not much to look at. Not even close to silky. Siru's classmate just accidentally tripped. That's why she poured that milk tea onto his food tray. But he is truly vicious. He actually mixed an entire plate of rice with milk tea, slapped right across Siru's face. This petty little girl is the most disgusting. Upon hearing this, old man Shen's face. His expression instantly turned cold. Shen Siru. It's just that I got rice and milk tea all over my face, that's all. But what my sister lost was a whole chicken leg. There's simply no comparison. Do you even hear the nonsense you're spouting? And Gigi is my younger sister. If she's not a good person then what good cow'd I possibly be? I don't think we need to be friends anymore. Coincidentally, the scene in Cafeteria was caught on camera and even posted it on the school forum. It only took one noon, and Gigi became an instant sensation at Ningxiang City No. 1 High School. It even got popular outside the school. In the internet cafe just across the street from Ningxiang City No. 1 High School, Fan Zhang clicked on the link Zhu Jing shared with him. He abruptly stubbed out the cigarette in the ashtray.